Hi, welcome to the show. I have a group of people here today that I'm excited for you to get to know. I have with me today Michelle Fernandez, the Project Specialty Management Coordinator at MV Advancements. And two of the people that MV Advancements serves, I have with me Sandra Hernandez and Larry McMinn. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
It's great to have you. So Larry, you're a Duck fan, I take it?
Yes.
All right. And how long have you been a Duck fan?
Oh, for a long time, for many years.
As long as you can remember.
So far as I can remember, yes.
All right. Sandra, are you into sports at all?
Well, I used to do Special Olympics. I did bowling,
Yeah.
bocce, and basketball.
Bowling, bocce, and basketball.
Those were my hobbies.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, great. And Michelle, I know I didn't get your project title right, but tell us what you do at MV Advancements.
Sure. I do a little bit of everything. I help create and implement different fun events that we're doing. Basketball game that's coming up. We do prom. We do the company picnic.
So she's in charge of fun, huh, Sandra?
Yes.
Okay. And you've known Michelle for a long time.
Yes, I have.
And where did you first meet her?
Well, when I met her when I started at IS, which IS was a program where we were doing ADEC work, where we do little dental equipment where we put O-rings on stuff that makes them stick on whatever they're going to put them on.
Yeah, all right. And you worked at IS, which is Industrial Services, down south of McMinnville. Is that where you used to work?
It was here in McMinnville, yes.
And then what happened?
Then they said that we had to move to another location or go somewhere else to work.
Go out into the community.
Go out in the community. And we said, okay.
Even though it was a little scary.
It was, when I first found out about it, I was nervous, but I know that I would get through it because I had some of my friends that I worked with at IS go with me, so it kind of helped me out.
Go with you to work at ADEC?
Yes.
So you have friends that work with you at ADEC now?
Yes.
Well, I want to come back to you because you have quite a job and you work quite hard at ADEC. We're going to talk more about that, but I don't want to leave Larry out for now, okay? And Larry, you work for IS now, don't you?
Yes.
What do you do down there?
A shred.
You shred?
Yes.
Well, sometimes shredding is playing a guitar, really fast. They call that shredding. And that's not what you do, though, is it? You shred. What do you shred?
Paper. Important
papers.
Important papers.
Confidential.
Yes.
Papers.
Yes.
The companies. And so you run the shredder?
About the shredder.
Okay. And now I understand this is a big piece of equipment. How much does it cost?
$2,000.
$2,000 shredder you run. And you've been doing that for how long?
Ever since 2012.
Yeah, you were telling me in 2012. Before that, now tell us where you grew up. Tell us the dates. You grew up in?
I was born in Monoc County, California. Yeah. We lived in Los Angeles, where my brother was born. Then we moved back up to where I was born at. Then we moved over to, in 1959, we moved to Bandon.
Bandon?
For a year. Then my family and I, we moved to Klamath Falls.
Okay.
I went to, finished my going to grade school down there, and junior high, and high school. I graduated in 71.
Congratulations. Well, you and I are about the same age then. I graduated in 70.
I'll be done.
Yeah. And then after high school, what'd you do?
Then I didn't work until 1974. I moved from Clown Falls to Salem to work at a workshop down up in Salem.
Uh-huh.
And then April 1st of 1995, I moved to, I started working for him. Mid-Valley Workshop in Amity.
In 95.
In 75,
Okay, it's been a long time.
yes.
Great. And so you're probably one of the longest time workers that Mid-Valley has.
43 years.
Good for you. That's wonderful.
I'm about ready to retire
You're going to retire.
next month.
And what are your plans for retirement?
Well, I can always go to CIS.
Now, CIS, Community, helps out, Michelle.
Community Inclusion Services.
Community Inclusion Services, that's the MV Advancements building over on Adams,
Correct.
about 12th or,
Kind of across the street from Wells Fargo and
yeah, okay. So what goes on there, Larry, at CIS?
To do the activities over there,
Uh-huh. What kind of things go on there?
whether they go places and everything.
Uh-huh. You were telling me you've been out to the coast?
We've been to the coast.
What's that? What'd you see out there?
We went to the Oregon Coast Aquarium in Newport.
The aquarium. Yeah, I love that. When you walk through that tunnel
Right?
and the fish are swimming over you.
Yes.
All right. Well, great. So you play bingo there. Your friends are there.
Right? We go to basketball games, baseball games, lacrosse games.
Well, that's great. And what's your transportation? How do you get to all these places?
The person that calls me up, he asks me if I want to go.
Uh-huh.
I tell him yes, and he picks me up. And I wait out in the lobby where I live at Outreach Plaza.
Uh-huh. And you live on your own,
Right?
and you've lived on your own for how long?
For a long time.
The whole time. And I was asking you about eating your own cooking.
I eat my own cooking, yes.
Yeah. And what do you cook? What do you like?
Mostly frozen dinners and everything.
Frozen dinners? Okay.
I don't like cooking for myself.
Well, then it's fun to go out to some of the activities that MV Advancements have. And
Right? And on every other Wednesday, we have dinner.
uh-huh.
And every time after we did have dinner, we play some Wii bowling.
Okay,
And it-
bowling.
The other time, other Tuesdays, that's on Tuesdays. And on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, we go walking.
Walk together. Good exercise.
And if it's nice weather outside, we go walk outside.
Uh-huh.
If it's real bad weather and everything, raining and everything, we walk at the community center.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
that's
They
it.
keep you moving, huh? They call you up and say, hey, you want to come? And you always say yes, it sounds
Yeah, I
like.
say try not to turn nothing down.
Well, that's great. I'm going to go back to Sandra now because she has something that is special about her because, Sandra, you work at ADEC,
Yes.
but you don't drive.
No.
So how do you get to work? Tell us about that.
Well, I take the dial-a-ride from my house
In Carlton.
in Carlton. The bus comes to Carlton, picks me up. Then the dial-a-ride bus takes me to the transit center in
Here in McMinnville.
In McMinnville. Then I have to sit there till 10:30. Then we load up on the bus, and the bus leaves at 10:35. And we ride the 44 that goes to Newburgh, and then it drops us off at the bus stop in Newburgh, and then we catch another dial-a-ride, and it takes us to ADEC.
Wow. And so you do the same thing on the way home.
Yes.
Dial-A-Ride, the 44,
Yes.
and then Dial-A-Ride back to home.
Yes.
Well, that's quite a day. And you work, how often do you work?
5 days a week.
Good for you. Good for you. And you've been at ADEC for a few years now.
I've been at ADEX since October of 2016.
Well, congratulations. And Larry, do you use Dial-A-Ride too?
Yes, to go to industrial services, yes.
Oh, so every time you go to work, 3 days a week,
There's a bus that comes in front of in the parking lot.
of where you live?
Yes.
Oh,
I wait for the bus there.
yeah.
When it comes in there, I get on the bus. It takes us to work.
That's great. That's great. Well, that transportation system is so important.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Awesome.
it is.
Well, MB Advancement sounds like they sure do a lot for adults with developmental disabilities. And they just sounds like they're just really helping you have, well, I know what they say. They say not just survive, but thrive.
Yep.
And I can
Yeah.
tell both of you are thriving. That's really,
Yes.
really wonderful to see
Yes.
right up close your lives. And coming here and sharing with us today, I really appreciate it. Well,
Thank you.
Michelle, MV Advancements has helped hundreds and hundreds of people over, it started when? Way back in,
1966 by Margaret Revis Larson.
and she's kind of the grand founder person that we all are thankful for.
Yes.
And back then, that must have been kind of groundbreaking in helping to find these folks that needed help to thrive instead of just surviving isolated.
Correct.
There's a great story that I heard when I went to one of your presentations about Pell. Would you tell that story about him?
Sure. Pell is local to McMinnville, and many people have seen him riding his bike through the town with his big flag on his bike, and he rides his bike everywhere, from Walmart to Albertsons and everywhere in between. He's got lots of friends, and one particular friend happened to have seen him in the parking lot crying one day, and she was curious as to why he was crying, and he had found out that his mom had passed away the day before, and he didn't get to say goodbye because his brother wasn't able to locate him because he was out in the community so much. And so he lived on his own in the house with his mother before she passed, and then there was some times when the pipes had broken. He had water damage on the floor. He was taking care of many dogs, and
So Pell needed help, that's what I'm
yeah,
hearing.
correct. He needed.
And this person is that Denise Murphy that found?
Yes, it is.
That came up to Pell, why are you crying? And heard this story, and then she helped connect him with MV Advancements, is that right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
And with him coming to MV Advancements, we were able to help him make the choices of where to live. He was able to get a job. He started working, I believe, at Industrial Services first, and then he's currently working out at Bailey's Nursery. He loves it. And, you know, sky's the limit for Pell.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Do you know Pell?
Yes, because I used to work with him at IS.
Okay, all right. And now Juan, I see Juan has on a Serendipity ice cream t-shirt. So I guess he's an employee there, because tell us about what Serendipity does and the connection with MV Advancements.
Serendipity, local ice cream shop on 3rd Street. It helps train different folks that are wanting some job skills, whether it be, you know, the basic of scooping up the ice cream, but more importantly, getting to know coworkers and interacting with customers, and the responsibility of coming to work every day. And so with Juan, he began working at Serendipity, where he was able to do new tasks, and every day wanted to find a new task to learn. He succeeded so much that he learned all that was possible for him at Serendipity. So he decided he wanted to find a job where he could use those skills. And he came to the employment department with MV Advancements, and we helped him, fill out the resume, go on the job interviews, and he was able to get a job at the hospital working in the dish pit and going through thousands and thousands of dishes every shift and working 5 days a week, loved his job, and then kind of was remembering, I need to find some time for myself, doing things that I want to do, which his hobbies are fixing bikes. So he decided to work part-time at the Sage restaurant, learning or using all the tasks that he's learned over the years. And on the side, he works on different bikes. He works at the local bike shop, the Spoke House, I believe it's called, refurbishing bikes to give to people who are in need of bikes. So he's
got a hobby.
Yes.
He's got a job.
He lives independently.
He lives independently. Advocates for himself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And Larry, you've worked at Serendipity, right?
For 12 years. I was one of the first ones there. I worked there when it first opened up in October 2000.
12 years at Serendipity?
Yes.
Now, they have a lot of ice cream there. It would seem like it would be hard not to eat a lot of ice cream.
At first, we didn't have to pay for the ice cream if you get it, but now, if you want the ice cream, we had to pay for it.
Or you had to pay for it. But at first you didn't?
Right.
Did you eat a lot?
No.
Good for you. You would have gotten probably had too much ice cream.
Right.
You started eating, it's hard to stop. So 12 years, and people must have just gotten to know you, and the customers would come in and say, hi, Larry. And
I know a lot of people.
And you know a lot of people. Wonderful. Well, when you stopped working there, where did you go after?
I worked over at IS because my knee my knee was bad.
Okay. Because at Serendipity, you have to stand
Right.
all day.
It puts a lot of pressure on my knee. It put a lot of pressure on my knee.
Uh-huh. Now, you've had one knee operation,
Right.
and that went well, and you're going to have another. And you're going to have two, you're going to be the bionic man, I guess. You're gonna
Yeah.
plastic and metal.
Yeah.
But that's going to take away a lot of pain and really.
Right. And it'd be best. Then I won't be able to walk with a cane anymore.
Okay, great. You're going to have more fun in retirement.
Right.
Great. Well, let's go to another story. Michelle, how about Isaac here behind me?
Okay. Isaac is a young man that is currently at the CIS program, the Community Inclusion Program in Amity. And his parents wanted, like many parents, want the best for their children. And as he was aging out of school, they wanted to find a spot that he can attend and not just sit around and do nothing during the day. So they discovered the CIS program, and it took a while for him to be okay with the change. The first few days, they had learned that Isaac wasn't a fan of change, and
he has autism.
yes,
And autistic people often resist change.
yeah, and
It's hard
takes time to understand what the change is going to be and find the results of what that change is going to be and be okay with that. So with Isaac, every day they set a new challenge for him. One of the goals for him was to be out into the community. And so it started as little as, let's walk to the mailbox just outside the building. He'd walk over, touch the
Where
mailbox.
he lived?
At the Community Inclusion Program. So they'd walk over, touch the mailbox, and then come back into program and do different tasks throughout the day. And then the next day was a little bit further, and then a little bit further. Finally, he got to where he went from the Revis building over to the Wood Products location and was able to drop off inter-office mail. then it came to, let's get him out into the community, maybe on the bus. So one day they started having him touch the bus. In the next few days,
The bus out in front of his house.
out in front of the CIS program.
Oh, okay.
So they got him
Got him
to
there.
attend. And so it was bit by bit, he was able to touch the bus. One day we'd stand on the bus and then quickly get off the bus. And then finally sat down on the bus and they said, today's the day, let's go for it. So they went, they got around about a mile away from the program and turned back and kept bit by bit, they were able to eventually 5 years later, from the day he started to the day this picture was taken, walk around the track at the hospital was 5 years. And when they arrived to the hospital walking track, he got off the bus, they walked around the track a few times, and phone calls were going around to all the different staff, and happy tears were shed. So it was great to know that our company puts forth all of their effort to help everybody reach their goals that they want to do. Sometimes it'll take a little bit amount of time. This situation took 5 years to get him out into the community. So every day now, he is out in the community with his group. They go to Walmart, they go library, different community outings. So it's great.
It sounds like you don't give up.
No, not at all. We find a way.
That's incredible. Well, we're here to announce an event, right? We're going to talk about something that's coming up.
Yes,
What's the excitement, Sandra?
it is. We're having a client against staff basketball game in McMinnville at the community center next Friday, the 23rd, from 6 to 8. And we're having a raffle for baskets and a whole bunch of activities going on. And we hope that a lot of people show up to cheer us on.
All right. Well, should we cheer for the staff or for the clients?
I think we should cheer for the clients, because I know that every single year we whip their butt.
Oh, that's great. Well, you've got some pretty tough staff. That Mike guy, he looks like a guy I wouldn't want to play against. Well, let's see. Let's go to the slides. We brought some slides today, and we'll go over those, look more at that basketball game. Oh, first of all, tell us about this, Michelle.
This is our logo. This is our heart, because our heart is for all those that we serve, and we know that everybody's loved.
All right. What's next? What's this?
What is that, Sandra?
That's a picture of some of our people of MV that participate at this game, and we all get so excited because we have so much fun and we enjoy doing this.
They're holding up the trophy.
And it's exciting to us every time we do it every year.
Great. There's the team
There's
again.
the team again.
I got in there
And
last,
the yellow
I got
is
in there
the
last
staff
year.
team.
Were you there? Were you played last year, Larry?
Yeah, in a wheelchair.
They put you in a wheelchair because you had that knee surgery.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have a wheelchair round.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
Oh,
every
okay.
quarter we have a wheelchair round. So those that
yeah. Michelle pushed me around in the wheelchair.
Is that Mike in the middle?
it is.
Yeah, he's pretty tough and tall.
Yep.
So you go up against him. All right, what do we
See?
got?
There's the wheelchair round.
Yep, and here we are.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah,
It's a lot of
And that's
fun.
our dance team.
oh yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
cheerleaders.
We do a halftime show. Every year it's a little bit different.
Oh, look at.
We're on fire. What,
Yep.
Sandra?
There's a girl that we used to have with us, but she's not with us anymore.
The red-haired one?
Manna. Yep. She's
Manna.
in heaven.
Oh my. All right, so here's what Sandra told us it's March 23rd from 6 to 8 at the community center.
And it's free.
It's free.
We have concessions, we have raffle tickets for some great baskets that each department are putting together. There's always a lottery ticket basket that goes pretty good.
So we can buy raffle tickets?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that would be a way to support MB advancement.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Oh, on our last slide, tell us about this.
This is Victoria, excuse me. And today she was able to ring the bell at the Fifth Street office, announcing that she was hired. She got a job at Hillside at the bistro. So she received the news today that she got the job. And so anybody who gets a job comes over, rings the bell, we take a picture of it, and we announce it, and everyone's clapping and screaming and whooping and hollering, and it's so exciting.
And she's pretty proud.
Oh, she
and
was so
happy.
excited, yes.
So they interviewed her yesterday, I guess, and what'd she say? She said, I rocked it,
She rocked it.
the interview. They hired her on the spot,
Yep.
and she's going to go in for training
Thursday, I think.
on
believe.
Thursday. That's wonderful. So you have, unfortunately, you have a waiting list.
We do.
You have a lot of people that are looking for employment.
We do.
Over 50,
I believe so, yes.
and maybe even more behind that waiting. So let's talk about what people, people obviously are seeing that this is an incredible program, and they would like to be a part of helping. And there's a lot of different ways they can do that. One is what we're talking about, employers opening their opportunities to people from MB Advancements. They can
Correct.
call up MB Advancements and say, hey, I want to hire Sandra away from ADEC because she looks so great. So I'm teasing. But employers, and I went to Staples once when MB Advancements hosted a greeters, a chamber event, and the manager there at Staples was talking about one of the employees that they had through MB Advancements, and that employee was like Sandra and Larry, positive, having a good time, happy to be there, that it affected the whole store.
Correct.
And this
It
happens.
happens. Yep,
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
And a lot of employers don't think, oh, well, I have a job available that somebody can do. But they want to help. Call us up and we can help you think, oh, here's a task that they love to do. And a lot of employers often think, oh, I never even thought that somebody would want to do that as a job. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
That's a big way
Yes.
the local business community does help. And they
Yes.
must be wonderful stories about you. Sometimes you go knock on doors, right?
Yes.
And you say, hey, have you ever considered this? And people, well, tell us a story. Wasn't there a local pizza parlor? The guy that's on the board now?
Oh, Ed. Yes.
Yeah. What was that story?
He owned Figaro's Pizza back in the day, and a gentleman wanted a job there, and he kept coming by every single day asking Ed, can I work here? Can I work here? And finally, Ed said, okay, let's talk.
After what, a year?
I believe so, if
Yeah.
not a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And finally, the next day, this gentleman brought his job coach with him to speak with Ed, and they worked out a plan and interviewed, and Ty got the job.
And Ty worked there for a long
For
time.
many years, yeah. Often outlasting Ed as owning the job, or owning the business, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And brought a real sense of team spirit to
Correct, yeah.
to the establishment. So, okay, so other ways people can help. You would like to have volunteers, maybe helping with transportation. What else?
We have a program called See the Heart, one that you have attended.
I would recommend that.
Yes, where you come and it's an hour virtual tour where we explain the different stories of a few of our folks that we've supported. And it's a way to get the word out there of what we do, the vision that we have, and the passion that we have for everybody.
And that's what I saw, and that's why you're here today, because it really is powerful. So I'd
Yes.
recommend anybody that that wants to see the Heart program to call up MB Advancements and say, hey, I'd
Absolutely.
love to see that. It'll change their life.
Absolutely.
Changed mine. Hey, time's up.
Time's up. Huh?
Yeah, we did it. Thanks so much for being here.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Sandra, Michelle.
We're glad to
Thanks
talk
for, thanks
to
for
you.
having us here.
It's
Thanks
really
for
fun.
letting us be with you
Yeah,
today.
all right. Take care. See you at the basketball game.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.